Hello? Hey, just a second. Yeah, this is God calling to confirm that I should go into ministry? Awesome! If only it was that easy to hear God's calling. Do you think God might be calling you to ministry? Maybe to preach, maybe to be a worship leader, or some other leadership role within the church? But how can you be sure if God is calling you? I'll share with you how I knew I was called to ministry and how you can be sure too, coming up. Hey guys, I'm Curtis Riley from The Real Rileys. Not real like a big deal, but real like we're real people with real problems. And we are one family with multiple channels, so make sure to check them out. We've got a channel on faith, on how-tos, on marriage, and online business. So check them out at therealrileys.com. The purpose of this channel is to discuss real church, real worship, and real preaching. But we also offer online courses, coaching, and even church consultations. So check them out in the link below or on our website. And please take just 1 second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really supports us and helps us make videos like this. And as our free gift to you for stopping by, we wanted to give you our mini course based on the Sermon Outline Guide. It'll make sure that you never get stuck writing your sermon again. Just go to therealrileys.com or check the description below. Now let's get into it. So maybe you're asking yourself, am I called to ministry? One of the things I ask myself a lot is, well, how do I know I didn't put myself here? Well, here's the thing. If God didn't want you in a role, you wouldn't be there. And if you're still there, then God still has you there. But I'll give you some other ways to really know for sure. And a fun little side note, I once had a pastor tell me that I was not called to plant a church where we planted. But our church is still there, and his isn't. So I really do believe that I can help you figure out what you're called to do. And keep in mind, as Christians, we are all called to the ministry of making disciples. No one gets off the hook for that. But the question we're asking today is, has God called you to work full-time in ministry, in church, a mission, or some other ministry? And it can't be because your mom wants you to, it can't be because your spouse wants you to, and it can't even be just because you want to. Acts 16:10 says that God was calling us to preach. So let's find out if God is calling you to ministry. I'm going to give you 3 things that you can look at, starting with number 3. Number 3 is your capabilities. What are you good at? What are your skills? I know Rick Warren likes to say, what's your shape, your spiritual gifts, your heart, your abilities, your personality, the experiences that you have in your life. Let me just say, if you're not good at something, God probably hasn't called you to do that. So ask yourself, what am I naturally good at, or what area am I gifted in? And your calling is probably somewhere around there. So ask yourself, what are you good at? What do other people say that you're good at? What do people come to you and ask for help with? Number 2 is counsel. It's getting confirmation from the people around you. In Acts 6:3, they were told to select 7 men and give them these responsibilities. The people, the disciples around them would say, hey, let's pick this person we think that they are called to ministry. What do people around you say when you tell them, hey, I think I might be called to this ministry? Do they look at you like you're crazy? Or do they think, hey, you'd be really good at that? Hey, can I stop you right there? And if this video is helpful for you, will you like it and subscribe to our channel? That lets YouTube know that you enjoy it, and it helps us make more videos. Specifically, ask Christians around you who are also led by the Spirit. Ask your pastors and spiritual leaders what they think. If you're married, definitely ask your spouse and see what they think. They should all be able to confirm, yes, I see that God could be doing this in your life. Now, if you think you've been called into ministry, there's a pretty good chance you might be called to preach. If you want to take your preaching to the next level, check out our course called the Power Preaching Plan that'll help you to never get stuck on your sermon, give you a beautiful outline for any sermon, and I'll walk you through an example of exactly how it works. And number 1 is compulsion. A feeling inside you or a desire to go into this specific ministry. Am I called to start a church? Am I called to lead worship? Am I called to preach? Well, do you have a gut feeling that you are? Am I called to be a missionary? I think if you're called to go, that you will know. In fact, you won't be able to shake it. One way that you can tell this is just imagine not going. How do you feel? And then imagine going. How would you feel? Or imagine not doing this ministry. How would you feel? If you're called to it, you really won't be able to not do it. Jeremiah 29 says his words burn in my heart. It's like a fire in my bones. When you're called, it can't help but come out. So if you're passionate about something, if you care about something, if you're really excited about something, that's probably a pretty good sign that God is calling you to that area. But let me give you a quick warning. The Bible says it's great to want to be a pastor or an elder, but it also says in James 3:1 that leaders will be judged even more strictly. So going into ministry is a heavy responsibility, and you want to make sure that God is calling you. So let me give you some practical tips about what you can do. The first thing you can do is look for opportunities. Look for open doors. Hey, we need someone to do this. We need someone to lead this. And then step into that opportunity and let God use you. And just make sure that you're available. One of my prayers that I prayed to God was, God, use me. Use me how you want to use me. I'm available to you. And then make sure to answer when you're called. Now it's time to get real. Comment below what you think God might be calling you to, or how you knew God was calling you to your ministry. And if you have more specific questions, check out one of our online communities where you can be around like-minded people, ask questions, and your question might even be featured in our next live Q&A. And I want to encourage you to check out one of our next videos, like how to structure a Bible study or small group. And maybe you want to branch off a little bit and check out one of our other channels where you can learn how to play guitar or how to study the Bible. I hope this video was really helpful to you to figure out your real calling in your life. But until next time, keep it real.